Sunday, January 14. The Lord has made us. Read Psalm 8 and Psalm 100. How are God and people portrayed in these psalms? What do these psalms reveal about God's character? Psalm 8 reads, O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the earth, who have set your glory above the heavens. Out of the mouth of babes and nursing infants you have ordained strength, because of your enemies, that you may silence the enemy and the avenger. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have ordained, what is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you visit him? For you have made him a little lower than the angels, and you have crowned him with glory and honour. You have made him to have dominion over the works of your hands. You have put all things under his feet, all sheep and oxen, even the beasts of the field, the birds of the air, and the fish of the sea that pass through the paths of the seas. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is your name in all the earth. And then Psalm 100. Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all you lands. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. Know that the Lord, he is God. It is he who has made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him, and bless his name, for the Lord is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations. Creation plays a crucial role in the Psalms. In upholding God's sovereignty, the heavens, which are his handiwork, proclaim his glory and power. As we read in Psalm 19, 1-4, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night unto night reveals knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line has gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them he has set a tabernacle for the sun, and Psalm 97, verse 6, the heavens declare his righteousness, and all the peoples see his glory. God's name is majestic in all the earth. We read in Psalm 8, verses 1 and verse 9. The Lord has created everything. He has no beginning, as we read in Psalm 93, verse 2. Your throne is established from of old. You are from everlasting, and no end. We read in Psalm 102, 25-27, Of old you laid the foundation of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you will endure. Yes, they will all grow old like a garment. Like a cloak you will change them, and they will be changed. But you are the same, and your years will have no end. He is everlasting and superior over the gods of the nations, which, as it says in Psalm 115, verse 4, are only the work of men's hands, nothing more. The idols have hands, but they handle not, we read in Psalm 115, 7. As for the Lord, it says in Psalm 95, 4 and 5, In his hands are the deep places of the earth, and his hands formed the dry land. As for the Lord, in his hand are the deep places of the earth, and his hands formed the dry land. Several psalms portray God's power over the forces in nature that other nations believe to be divine, as in Psalm 29, Psalm 93, and Psalm 104. These psalms reassert the claim that the Lord reigns over all creation and is supreme in power and dignity. Psalm 100, verse 3, strikes one subtle form of idolatry, self-reliance, stressing that God has made us and not we ourselves. Creation also testifies to God's love. Everything that exists owes its existence to God, who also sustains life, as we read in Psalm 95 and verse 7. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, and the sheep of his hand. Today, if you will hear his voice. And Psalm 147, verses 4 to 9. He counts the number of the stars. He calls them all by name. Great is our Lord, and mighty in power. His understanding is infinite. The Lord lifts up the humble. He casts the wicked down to the ground. Sing to the Lord with thanksgiving. Sing praises on the harp to our God, who covers the heavens with clouds, who prepares rain for the earth, who makes grass to grow on the mountains. He gives to the beast its food, and to the young ravens that cry. Notice that God not only granted people existence, but that he also made ancient Israel his people and the sheep of his pasture, as we read in Psalm 100, verse 3. The notion of his people and his sheep reveals God's desire for a close relationship with his people. Only the Creator has the power to bless and cause his people to increase, and thus he is the only one worthy of their worship and trust. Numerous psalms call everything that has breath, all the sea, the earth, and everything in it, to shout for joy before the Lord. The glory of God is seen in the creation, even in the fallen earthly creation, and the Psalms points us to God alone as worthy of worship. And so to finish the day, Psalm 8 verse 4 reads, What is man that you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visit him? What is your response to God as your Creator? When God calls the stars by their names in Psalm 147 verse 4, how much more do you think God cares for you? This lesson was read by Dr. Percy Harrold for Christian Services for the Blind. Sponsored by the Sabbath School Department and distributed through Hope Channel Australia, this podcast is also redistributed by Hope Channel Germany, Christian Record Services for the Blind. It is also available on SoundCloud and through multiple podcast distributors, including Apple iTunes. And you can listen and watch at the same time on YouTube. Remember, God is always faithful.